Good evening. Good evening. I'm Andre, and these are just my thoughts. Normally, you would see Kevin Durant, or depending on what day we decide to put this out, uh, any anything else. But today, you're seeing me, Andre, and I'm going to share with you my thoughts. Today, honestly, I wanted to talk about challenges and what they mean to us in our life, or what a better way to explain that is what they mean in my life and how I've gained a new appreciation for challenges. So, um, about 2 weeks ago, or let's just say right before Thanksgiving, I got a little sick. Nothing, it wasn't COVID. I got tested immediately. And it, I had something maybe a little bit worse than a cold, maybe not the flu, but it knocked me on my butt for a couple of days. I did not feel well. Definitely couldn't make it to the gym. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've been going to the gym pretty much faithfully for the past couple months and been going hard. Recently got up to about 315 on my deadlift, which, to a lot of people, it doesn't matter, but something like that for me meant a lot because it meant that I went from barely being able to do 245 or something like that to doing 315 and, doing it a couple times, not really looking crazy slim yet, but I can see the muscles as I do the workouts, which mean that they're in there, which I know they're in there because they're always in there, but it means that the fat is kind of showing a little bit less. It is a very long and drawn out process to get in shape and change your diet or change your way of living, and it's not easy for those who don't have to deal with that. It's not easy, and it takes a while, which means you're going to go through different things that kind of knock you on your butt, and you can choose the way you want to react from it or the way you're going to react to it. For me, oh God, for me, the way I would normally react in the past, let me go back over it again in case I haven't explained it. I've been pretty much on a journey for a long time. I've been overweight for a while, not to the point where I look, terrible, at least to me. I don't look awful, but I've gotten really big at certain points where I was like, nah, that ain't the move, bro. You know what I mean? Um, so for years and years, at least as long as I can count, I've been going to the gym on and off for I'm gonna say at least 15 years. When I first started, I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know how to put a workout together, but I still managed to lose some weight at certain times just by changing my diet and changing my eating habits. I most of the time lost most of the weight when I would be single. If at the time me and my wife wouldn't be together, this is before we got married, obviously. Then if I was single, I would usually lose weight. That's kind of what happens when you get when you break up with somebody. You lose weight. You try to get into the gym and you try to become more desirable. It's just the way it goes. So during those times, I would actually lose a bunch of weight, but I wasn't really, you know, I, I didn't go as hard as I should in the gym. I didn't know how. I literally just go in there, do, bench, do all the machines and then roll 45 minutes at the most. And some people say, oh, that's just enough time. I hated cardio, didn't do cardio uh, for a very long time. Um, Fast forward, I started really at one point, people who know me, at one point, I got big after a certain amount of time. This is after I got married, I believe. And I got like jacked I don't know if it was summertime or spring. I just got jacked. That's when I started kind of understanding what my body was able to do going to the gym. And at these points, I would stop going for a year, stop going for 2 years, stop going for 6 months. Like it was really on and off and sporadic. And during those breaks, I would, and I promise I'm gonna get to a point here. During those breaks, I would gain that weight back and a lot of times and then some. So if I was 250, I'll share that with you. If I was 250 or let's say I was 240, when I first started, getting into the gym, when I would gain all my weight back, like 2 years later, I would go up to 250. Like, you know what I mean? Like it won't stop. Like I just have that type of metabolism where like I don't have to eat as much as the next person. It just doesn't burn off as it should. You know what I mean? Like it's weird, especially if I'm not active. So I say all that to say I take breaks and then I go back and I go super hard and I change my body. I've lost 40 pounds before, close to 50. You know what I mean? Got real slim before, then I gained it all back. I The highest I've been is 280, which to me, 280, like I know a lot of people might look at me like, damn, you was 280? That's crazy. Well, I'm 5'10, and 280 still doesn't look as bad as a lot of niggas out there. Like there's still muscle underneath, but it ain't good. So that was a while ago when I was 280. So cut to doing what I do now. Working out with my friend, I'm really my good friend who knows how to properly bodybuild and knows nutrition and knows this stuff. He reads all the books and stuff. He's helped me out, but I'm bringing it back around to challenges. The challenges that I've always faced and why I've stopped, which these excuses aren't good enough no matter what. No excuse is good enough. Is something would always happen to stop me from doing what I needed to do. And I used to say, man, why am I in this situation? Like, oh man, I got this job and this job takes up all of my time. And why do I have to have this job that takes up all of my time? It's fucking up my workouts, man. Oh man, I'm so tired when I get home from work that I'm just not going to go, and it's the job's fault. And man, I work hard. I shouldn't have to deal with this. This is how I was thinking for a while. And a big thing that happened when I got into this, when I got sick a little bit, is I had to take like 2 weeks off. I took 2 weeks off. I was going strong for two months, and I took 2 weeks off. And during those 2 weeks, Thanksgiving happened. I ate way worse than I should have eaten. And you know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to get back to 100%. And it literally took me like a week and a half to get back to, I wasn't even 100% at a week and a half. I was probably 80, maybe 90, but I still had some phlegm in my throat or my chest, like just not feeling my greatest. And let's see, this Monday I didn't go, but I went Tuesday. Tuesday. I went Tuesday. And when I tell you I had probably the worst day I had at work, or one of the worst days. I was in fucking Cape May, didn't get off till like 6 o'clock, didn't get home till what time I got home? 7 o'clock, something like that. Like I got home really late. And it dawned on me like, yo, I was really mad. I was steaming because I'm like, man, this is the same shit that happened every year. Every time I'm doing good or every time I need to get back to it, something always comes and knocks me on my butt and makes me not go. And then I started to realize like, ain't nothing making you stay home. A bad day gonna happen no matter what, or a long day, or a day that's just not 100% what you would like it to be. Is going to kick your butt sometimes. It is up to you to then say, let me still do what I have to do to get to my goal. It ain't up to nobody else. And guess what? Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care if you had a bad day. Nobody. They don't care if you had a bad day. Your body is not sitting there saying you had a bad day. You need to take a day off, man, so you can. No, you still got things. You still have goals that you need to reach. You still have things that you need to do. And I'm using the gym because I'm using the gym as like a way to describe challenges because this happened to me in other parts of my life as well. This happened to me with music. This happened to me with I don't want to say music. Everything else is kind of whatever, but music. You know what I'm saying? I used to make beats and and it wasn't until now that I realized I just didn't go hard enough. And that's why I didn't go as far as I would like to go. Now, some people would say, well, you got a job. So you did it, you did it at night. You would do it when you come home. You would make a beat and you would, send it out through email, and you would do this and do that. And know you used to work with these people and go to the studio here and there. And I used to think like, yeah, but I work and I got to pay my bills. So what I do is enough. It's enough. But I also realized that the people who make it doing these things, they go all in. That's why I paused when I said that. They go all in. So when I say that they go all in, I mean, the job is gone. And it sounds crazy. I know a lot of people like, nah, not everybody. And you might be right, but the majority of people that, especially from this area, that make it, like, they are people who, like, nah, they don't have a job and they sleeping on couches. Like, that's what they're willing to do to go to the studio every single day. That's what they're willing to do so that they can go down to Atlanta and make Atlanta trips on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sleep in them studios and work with different people in different areas. Like, no, you have to go all in, which brings me back to challenges. Guess what? Paying your bills is a challenge. It's not you being condemned. It's not, where you have to stay. It's a challenge that you have to figure out how to get through. If you let it beat you, then you didn't deserve to have that success to begin with. And that's really the core of what I'm trying to convey, is that if you can't get through these challenges and you don't know, see, let me go to my psyche, how I thought for a very long time, that I completely reversed. And but if anybody else is feeling like this, I used to feel like God teaches you lessons, right? Which is true. God teaches you lessons, but I always felt like the lesson was in the situation. Like, I didn't have to do anything else. Like, basically whatever decision I made, that was the lesson. And the lesson was only within what I can control, what I felt like I could control. You know what I'm saying? If he says, or if I get a job and the job pays me $15 an hour and I've applied at 20 other jobs and I only get that job, I felt like, okay, this is where I'm meant to be for some reason. What is God trying to teach me right now? What can I do to figure out how far I can go? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when a couple years later, when you are still at that job and you might make $17 an hour, I didn't get angry, obviously, at God. I just got frustrated with my situation. I said, I don't understand. Where, man, I make beats every day. I come home, I work, send them out to this person, that person. Why am I here? Why am I in this spot? What am I supposed to learn? No, you didn't meet your challenges head first and work your way through them. That's how you get on the other side. You have to figure, because guess what? When you get to the other side, ain't nothing but more challenges. It might be some money over there, but it's some more challenges. It's always going to be challenges. And if you attack your challenges as if, not as if somebody's working against you and they're sending challenges to you to stop you. I had that really back against the wall mentality. Like, I only acted when my back was against the wall. See, that's why I'm in any of the situations I'm in, is because I'm only going to do something if my back is up against the wall. Then everybody deserved to get flamed by me. Everybody. I'm going to dog niggas if my back is up against the wall. You know what I mean? Like, I'll explain what I mean. Is how I used to react. Now I'm a little different. I'm going to stay at a job, which I guess I'm kind of in that situation now, but I'm more strategically trying to work my way out of it. I'm going to stay at a job, especially if it's paying good, but I know I'm not supposed to be there. I'm going to stay there until they make it so uncomfortable and they disrespect me so much that it's in my brain, I have every right to leave. And when I leave, I'm going to leave ugly. I'm going to leave like, nah, this is why your company is this. This is why your company is that. This is why I'm leaving. No, you don't get 2 weeks. I'm going to leave in the middle of a shift, which you shouldn't necessarily do. But at the same time, the reason why I do that, or the reason why I feel that way, is because they force me to do this. That's the only way I could react this way. That's the only way I could be, like, the only way I could be hungry with this is if they force me to be hungry. That ain't the way to do it. You got to be strategic and you got to break through those challenges. Guess what? You might have to put in 100 resumes or put out 100 job applications a month to get somewhere else. And me, I don't want another job. I want to, run my own stuff after this, which is a challenge within itself. You know what I mean? And finding where I fit in at, or finding what niche I fit in at. But it becomes a challenge in itself just to figure out how to break out of the status quo. And the status quo is a 9 to 5. I'm not going to get into all that. I'm just going into challenges and how they basically affect your life every day, right? A challenge could be I challenge myself to be positive. I try my best. I try my best not to talk trash about my job, even when it gets on my nerves. You know why? Because it doesn't get me anywhere. The challenge is not falling into that same habit loop that makes me say, "That's why I fucking hate being here, because these niggas treat me like shit." Like, all that shit puts you in the same spot, and it just puts you in a big circle, which I've talked about on here before. So back to the gym, dog. Every couple years, I failed the challenges and just let whatever was in front of me beat me and stop going. You know what I mean? And in turn, by not meeting those challenges head first, I gain all my weight back and I'm back in the same exact position, saying, I got to get back to it. I got to get back to it. I got to get back to it. This is every year. This is why I said it over and over again. I got to get back to it, man. Man, I got to get back, man. I got to get back. Dog, nothing changed. You still have the same amount of challenges, if not more now. There's kids here. Before there weren't no kids. Oh, man. To think about how much time I had back then. Now it's like, well, no, I can't go that day because I got the kids. And, we don't do that. Leave them someplace or drop them off. And the gyms I go to, they don't have daycare or nothing like that. Not that I would want them in there to begin with, but what's a way to meet that challenge head on when you got kids, which I'm in the middle of trying to do now, or I'm going to be doing in the new year. Get gym equipment, put it in your house. Do a home workout, even though I don't really like those kind of workouts, but gym equipment, put it in my house. Yes, that's what I'm going to be doing. You know why? Now ain't no excuse. I come home after work and I got to take, I got to make sure they're good. All right, cool. When they go to sleep, I might knock off some shit, at my home gym. You got to make your surroundings make sense so you can get through these challenges. That's just the way this goes. It doesn't go any other way. If you do not meet those challenges head first, all you're going to do is wind up in the same exact position. Let me see if I can come up with another example of meeting your challenges head first or ending up in the same position. It's just like facing your fears, honestly. But the challenges aren't that, some of them could be your fears, but facing your fears. Guess what? If you get a job where you're in a bucket truck and you have to go up high and work on electrical lines, but you're afraid of heights, you either meet that challenge or you don't have a job. And then you're back in the unemployment line looking for a job. You know what I mean? It's a weird way to put it, but dog, challenges are in front of you every day, dog. Every day. And if you don't recognize it and understand when to just power through, then you're going to let it beat you every day, which means you're going to wake up in the same exact position every day, wondering why you're there. And it took me years to realize, I'm here or I'm in this position because I didn't meet the challenges. Now, with me, it's about, consistency in meeting challenges. Because over the years, yes, I've gotten to the position where I'm just like, yeah, I ain't going to let it beat me and I'm going to keep going. But then I always let it succumb. I always succumb to those challenges when I'm just too stressed out at work or too stressed out at home, whatever it is. And I just say, you know what? The easiest thing to cut out of my life is the fitness. You know what I mean? It's so easy to come home and get on the couch, watch TV, fall asleep, do it over again. But you know what happened over the past couple of years? It became hard to do that. Here's what I mean. You get so frustrated because, listen, man, a lot of times I was coming home just falling asleep on the couch. You know what I mean? No loser shit. I'm still working. I still have my podcast, but I'm tired every day. That shit don't go away. I still got to work, right? So it became hard. I used to wake up at 11 o'clock on the couch saying, oh my gosh, I fell asleep. That's bro, that's some loser shit. It became hard to face myself doing that every day, saying, yo, what am I doing? What am I doing? It became worse to do that than to go to the gym. Because guess what? If I'm tired and I've been to the gym the day before, like today, how I went to the gym yesterday and did back exercises, even though I went to the gym the day before that and didn't give myself a chance to heal on my chest and stuff. And like, I'm tired right now and I'm doing this, right? These are challenges, man, that I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to meet that challenge and I'm going to meet that challenge head first. I'm going to knock it out. And then I'm going to wake up tomorrow proud that I knocked that out and then do another. And then whatever challenge comes, I'm going to take care of that one too. Every day you're going to get challenges, man. And I think the more successful people in life, that's how they do it. Rather than let the challenges beat them every day, they just meet those challenges, beat them, and then it's on to the next one. I can't even sit here and look back on my challenges that I beat because I got another one to beat now to get to where I want to go. And what happens is over time, you can look back and say, man, I'm so glad that I lived my life that way, because it's not something that you're trying to do every day. After a while, it becomes your personality. It becomes your habits become your personality after a while. If you do it, then you ain't even thinking about it. Once that challenge comes, you think Diddy gets to something hard in his life and be like, damn, man, if I wasn't so tired, I would do that. You think Jay-Z, gets into the same thing? Like any high performing person in whatever they do, I don't care if it's Serena Williams, I don't care what they do, the fastest book reader on earth. You think that motherfucker don't get home and be tired from whatever he was doing, but sit there and say, I'm gonna read this book fast as hell tonight so I can practice? Because that's a challenge. Man, I'm tired, but I'm gonna do this anyway because that's how I'm gonna get to my long-term goal. And then after a while, he just the type of dude that, even when he tired, he read. You get what I'm saying? Guy that runs 10 miles a day, which if you have the time to do it, God bless you. Runs 10 miles a day. It's going to be times, people going to die in his life. And it's going to be a hard thing to deal with. Things are going to happen. He's going to hurt himself. That's another challenge that I'll go over another day. You know what I mean? That's why I stopped earlier this year running, because I hurt, like my knee was hurting, stopped for 2 weeks, didn't go back. These are challenges. No, get on a bike now. Like, you dig what I'm saying? That's the way to deal with these challenges. You still have to be fit, find a way to be fit, adjust, and then go from there. Constantly adjust. Be constantly adjusting, and then go from there. That's it. Challenges, you will meet challenges every single day. You have to meet them, and then you have to meet them head first, beat them, and then look for the next one. And then you look back after a certain amount of time, and you're in the position that you want to be in, still dealing with challenges, but you got to where you wanted to go. You know what I mean? And I'm saying all this because this is what I'm learning. I'm not a guy who claims to know all of this already and be doing it. I just, as I feel it, I share it, and hopefully somebody can get something from it. And that's where I'm at now. So yeah, there's a lot of challenges. The one thing I'm doing now to meet these challenges head first is I'm recognizing them. And when I recognize them, if I can beat them, then I beat them. Matter of fact, it's not even if I can beat them, I beat them. I'm going to beat them. And that's how I'm going about this. In 2022, I'm going to be more prepared. And I'm going to talk about that another day, actually. I'm going to be more prepared, and I'm going to go harder. If anything, 2021 taught me my shortcomings and how and put me on track to beat those challenges as well. So that's where I'm going. And I'll do another video on what's going on in my 2022 plan and what I want to do and how I want to change. And hopefully that can, hopefully sharing that knowledge or whatever, hopefully somebody can teach me something. I'm always willing to learn anything. But yeah, that's where I'm going with it. Side note, I just got this book right here. And it's teaching me a lot too. The 4 Hour Work Week. I don't know if I showed anybody that before. There we go. 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. Um, that's the messed up thing. I was supposed to read 20 books this year, and I'm at like 16. I might go grab like a couple short books so I can still meet my goal. That's called adjusting. Okay. But anyway, that was just me and my thoughts, and that was challenges. Don't forget, you can stream the podcast from Facebook directly on our The Opinionated Podcast page. Get those numbers up because those numbers do count. We are still on YouTube. We have a bunch of stuff on YouTube, and we're going to be looking for guests this upcoming year and really working with our community to make everyone feel included and to bolster everyone's talents or whatever knowledge they have to share. So check us out. Keep supporting. We love it. Thank you very much. And I'll check you guys next time. Comment or not, whatever you want. Share or not, whatever you want. But yeah, I'll check you guys next time. Y'all have a good night. Beat those challenges.